Welcome to Everyday Reviews. As the title says, we are adding a new member to the family today.
So exciting.
So exciting. However, it is not what we are driving today, which is the new Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro, but we're going to go pick up a new, brand new to our family puppy in the Sequoia. So let's get to it. We have done a review similar to the Sequoia. It was the Tundra TRD Pro. So this Sequoia is built off of the Tundra. However, we do get an extra row of seats, which we'll get to in a little bit. On the outside, it has that great menacing look. It's wide. You get the clearance lights in the front grille because of its width. You also get that signature TRD light bar in the center there that comes on if you actually have your high beams on, and it creates a really wide field of view. Super cool camouflaged style or embossed wheel flares, and they're wrapped around the 18-inch forged BBS black wheels with all-terrain tires. Yeah, this thing looks the part, it really does, but it's more than just cosmetics for sure. When you get to the back, you'll notice also this has sequential lights for the signal lights, which is kind of different. That's, you know, it's kind of odd for Toyota. Looks really, really good. And when we open up the back, one thing that I love about this Sequoia, it reminds me of our old Highlander. You do have a flip up glass. So that's handy if you have you don't want to use the power lift gate and you just want to just open it up and throw things in the back, no problem. Really easy to use and love that. Also good for longer items. Now when we get that power lift gate open, it does have a hands-free option, by the way. That's where I have kind of mixed feelings because the area behind the third row is not very deep at all. It's quite narrow. Now, if you check out this image here, I have our shopping basket, which is not extremely big, but if you actually put that in there, it will not fit behind the third row unless we actually have the third row folded down. And even then, you actually have to use a shelving system. If you want a flat floor, there's a shelving system, which is kind of unique, but you have this dead area in the bottom, which is only kind of good for, you know, items that aren't as deep as like 12 inches or so, and that they're long. So yeah, I think that's kind of a miss. Now, we just recently came back from the Canadian International Auto Show where we did a full video, walk around video of the new Grand Highlander from Toyota. Now, if you want a vehicle for utility with 3 rows and plenty of room for the rear passengers back there, that is probably going to be your best bet compared to this Sequoia, because it just has way more utility, a nice flat floor, completely flat, and yeah, for a family vehicle, that's definitely going to be your best bet. But for capability, you're going to have to go to the Sequoia, which we're going to get to in a second. But let's talk about the interior here. Just like the TRD Pro Tundra, you have the classic Toyota emblem on the front. Cynthia, this is her first time in the vehicle, and so she gets in there. She's like, "What is this? Is this a Toyota?" Meanwhile, it's right in front of her, so pretty hard to miss that.
Oh, I'm impressed with the interior alone. It's on fire. It's gorgeous.
It really is on fire. This interior, this red interior, yeah, and you got that camouflage motif as well. We have heated, ventilated seats in the front. Now, the TRD Pro comes as a 7-passenger vehicle, so you get the captain's seats in the second row. If you don't get the TRD Pro, you can get this with a bench seat. So you get 7 or 8 passenger capability. We do have a sunroof. It's not a panoramic roof, though. We have a digital instrument cluster and a standard 14-inch display here. The latest Toyota multimedia system. You get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Lots of real estate. I really do like that. Also, you do get wireless charging up front here. You also get really nice knobs and toggles for your temperature. You get a toggle, you got a big, huge volume knob. You got the signature TRD Pro shift lever. Has real nice indents for your hands, and it does have that red accent as well. And then you get your drive select and your multi-terrain select area. So we are in normal mode right now. If we wanted to save some fuel, we can go into eco mode, and we can select either 2, 4 high or 4 low. This has a proper 2-speed transfer case. Also, you can lock that rear diff as well. We didn't take this one off-road, but I've been fortunate enough to take some other Toyota products on some of their programs on some really gnarly stuff. And so I know they're capable. I'm going to show you these images here. And yeah, I have complete faith that Toyota knows what they're doing when you're going off the pavement for sure. You have that multi-terrain select. It's essentially, you can go crawling. It's basically a cruise control for off-road, for hill descent. This thing, it just does it all for you. Yeah, you can still take 7 passengers. You can do it all in the comfort of this cockpit here. Listen to your JBL sound system as well. The TRD Pro gets 2.5-inch Fox shocks with a 1.1-inch lift on them. Of course, if you're going to be crawling over all sorts of different objects, you want to protect what's underneath, you do get a TRD skid plate with this as well. Up top, you get a very cool standard TRD platform roof rack. You can keep all your outdoor dirty stuff up there, so that's really cool as well. Under the hood, you share the same I-Force hybrid motor that you get in the Tundra TRD Pro. So that's a 3.5-liter twin turbo system with a hybrid system as well. So that gives you 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, that's a lot of stump pulling torque. Now, one difference between this and the Tundra, though, is your towing capacity. This is reduced a little bit, so you had 9,000 pounds of total towing capacity with this Sequoia TRD Pro. All right, I'm gonna go into sport mode. We're out of light right now. Let's just see. You guys hanging on? Whoa!
Goodness.
This thing has so much good get up and go. For those that are missing the V8 engine, you will not miss the V8 with this twin turbo V6. I'm telling you.
You got a lot.
Okay, all right, so that's a good sign. The seatbelt is stuck because of the hard acceleration that we did there. All right, so let's put it back into normal mode right now, because we do want to save a little bit of fuel. The posted fuel economy number is 12.6 in the city, 10.5 on the highway. Realistically though, I'm gonna tell you, in mixed highway and driving, what we've been doing, but mainly highway, I'm gonna say 80-20. Right now I'm averaging over 171 kilometers, I'm averaging 15.1. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to get down to those numbers because this is a large vehicle. We're carrying, a lot of people, 4 people, and soon to be 1 puppy. All right. So, and you're driving a big vehicle with big off-road tires. So, yeah, it's actually, it's a compromise, but it's nice to have that power when you really, really need it. But the one thing though, this does have an 85-liter gas tank, which is 22 gallons. But with this type of fuel economy, you're not going to get a lot of range, roughly about 420 or so kilometers off a tank. So just be aware of that. So what's it going to cost you to get into the TRD Pro? Well, this is built off of the Limited, so it's going to cost you an extra $12,500. On top of that, and those are Canadian dollars, by the way. If you're in the US, go to your local Toyota website to see what the cost is for you. So is it worth it? Well, I think you do get a lot for the 12.5. You get a different appearance for sure. It really stands out. If you want something that looks a little bit, more special, but you don't want to put in a lot of aftermarket things, this is the way to go for sure for 12,000 bucks. You get the wheels, the skid plates, the second row captain seats, all the TRD appearance packages. You get the multi-view monitor as well, and that's not only handy for parking this large, big, huge SUV, but also when you're off-roading, you can select different cameras, you can look over different of your hills, and you can check out what's happening with your wheels. That's really important if you're doing some kind of real gnarly off-roading. So you add it all together, it's going to run you 94,000 Canadian dollars for this particular model here. It's not pocket change, but you are getting an extremely capable off-road vehicle that can carry 7 passengers. So you have to decide, how much capability do you need? As we mentioned, if you want just a lot more utility, I would go for that Grand Highlander for sure. It's also probably going to be cheaper. I'm guaranteeing it's going to be cheaper, but you're not going to be able to do the type of off-roading that this one is capable of. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave you with some final shots of our new addition to our Everyday Reviews family.
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome Benny.
Yay.